We've all been glued to this AI gold rush, right? It's all about massive investments and these incredible new models. But what if I told you the real story, the thing that's going to define the next 10 years, is happening completely under the radar? Well, today, we're going to pull back that curtain and look at the secret shift that's quietly changing everything.
I mean, the story we all hear is a familiar one. It's this high stakes race to create the most intelligent AI. You've got companies just pouring billions of dollars into this digital arms race. Everyone's fighting to get that top spot on the leaderboard, to build a machine that can think just like we do. And the numbers here, they're just astronomical. Take OpenAI, for example. We're talking a valuation of, get this, $852 billion. And that's not just a number on a spreadsheet for some software company. No, that's the price tag for what a lot of people think is the ultimate prize in this whole race for digital supremacy.
Okay, so as this race for pure raw intelligence just keeps heating up, a really critical question is starting to bubble to the surface. And it's this: what if we're all looking in the completely wrong direction? What if the future of AI isn't really about building a smarter brain, but about building a system we can actually, trust? So, for the longest time, the goal was super straightforward, right? Just get the highest score on the test. It was this big race for pure processing power, kind of like a digital IQ test. But now, we're starting to see a huge fundamental flaw in that whole approach. And honestly, it's becoming dangerously clear.
And that brings us here. We are facing a full-blown crisis of control. Think about it. We're handing over the keys to our digital kingdoms to these incredibly powerful AI agents. We're letting them write code, manage our most critical systems, but with every single new thing they can do, the risk of a catastrophic mistake just skyrockets. It's a scary thought, but the smarter the AI gets, the more devastating the fallout is when something inevitably goes wrong.
And look, this isn't some hypothetical what-if scenario. No way, this is already happening. We're talking about real-world incidents where AI agents have deleted live production databases, or executed commands that can wipe an entire system clean, or even force-pushed bad code and leaked sensitive API keys. I mean, these are the kinds of mistakes that can literally bring a company to its knees. It's terrifying. So this is exactly where that big shift is happening. If you talk to developers, they're not asking for a smarter AI anymore. They are desperate for a safer one. The real problem, the real bottleneck holding everything up, it's not a lack of intelligence. It's the complete and total absence of safety nets, of guardrails, of an emergency brake. But, this crisis is also sparking a brand new wave of innovation. And one of the most exciting solutions is coming from a place you probably know pretty well: GitHub. Yeah, they're pioneering a whole new approach that completely rethinks what an AI's skills even are. So they're calling it GitHub Skills. And the core idea is, well, it's pretty revolutionary. Instead of just giving an AI some vague instructions in a prompt, you start treating its abilities like secure, manageable software packages. It creates this secure supply chain, not for code, but for the actual actions an AI is allowed to take. Super clever. So how does it actually work? Well, it's actually ingeniously simple, especially if you're a developer. It basically mirrors the package managers you already use every day. You can search for a skill, you can preview exactly what it's going to do, you install it, and then, and this is the most important part, you can pin it to a specific trusted version. And this is where it gets really, really powerful. See, this isn't just about making things easier, it's all about making them secure. When you lock in or pin a specific version, you guarantee the AI's behavior is going to be consistent and predictable. You can trace every single skill back to its exact origin, its source code, and that means you're protected from somebody silently pushing a malicious change. It's finally bringing the discipline and rigor of software supply chain security into the world of AI. Okay, so think about it like this. GitHub is giving these agents safe, controllable hands to perform actions. But that's really only half the solution, right? The other half of the puzzle is coming from Google Chrome, and they're focused on giving agents something just as critical: eyes. For years, this is how browser automation has worked. You'd have an agent that could do things, right? It could click a button, fill out a form, but it was completely blind. It was just a hand, blindly following instructions without any clue if its actions were actually working or not. It had no way to see or understand the results. Okay, this is the absolute game changer.
With some new tech from Chrome, an agent can now actually see what's happening under the hood of the browser. It can read console logs, it can see network errors, it can understand performance data, it can finally understand if what it did was successful. It really is the difference between blindly pushing a button in the dark and actually being able to see if the light turned on. Huge.
So what happens when you put these two massive innovations together? You've got secure, controllable actions from GitHub, and you've got clear, verifiable observation from Chrome. When you combine those, you get something genuinely transformative. You get a whole new battleground for the future of AI.
And here it is, the core of this whole shift. The new war in AI, it's not about building the smartest model anymore. It's about building the best operational layer. And what's that? It's all the systems that let us safely deploy, manage, observe, and, most importantly, govern what these incredibly powerful models are actually doing out there in the real world.
And this new operational layer, this is where the real competitive advantages, the moats, are going to be built. The winners won't be the ones with the smartest AI. The winners will be the ones with the most trusted marketplace of reliable skills. They'll be the ones who build the best tools to tell you why something broke. And crucially, they'll be the ones who offer the best features to prevent accidents from ever happening in the first place. So, what does this all mean for the future? Well, this shift is completely redefining the goal of AI development itself. We're finally moving past that old sci-fi dream of some all-knowing, all-powerful oracle, and we're embracing a vision that's way more practical and, frankly, way more powerful. Look, the old goal was simple. Build the smartest assistant possible. The new goal? Build the verifiable worker. We're all starting to realize that what businesses and developers actually need isn't some brilliant but totally unpredictable genius. No, what they need is a reliable, safe, and transparent worker. An agent whose actions can be audited, managed, and above all, trusted. And all of this leads to a pretty mind-bending conclusion. Think about this. The next billion-dollar app store might not sell AI apps at all. It might be a marketplace for something much more fundamental. Trusted, verifiable AI behaviors. The real value, and the real money, isn't going to be in the AI model itself. It's going to be in the systems that make that AI safe, reliable, and fundamentally trustworthy. And that is the AI Gold Rush's best-kept secret.